insight, we have to move on to next story. U.S. trade negotiations are urging the European Union to make unilateral tariff reductions on U.S. goods, warning that without such concessions, progress is ongoing. Trade talks will be stalled. According to a report by the Financial Times, U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer is reportedly preparing to tell European Trade Commissioner Markus Sefcovic that the EU's recent explanatory note does not meet US's expectations. Sources tell the Financial Times that the note shared as part of ongoing talks falls short of the criteria set by the US. While the European Union has been advocating for a jointly agreed framework to guide the negotiations, significant differences between the two sides remain, complicating this process. In March, the US imposed a 25% tariff on EU cars, steel, and aluminum, followed by a 20% tariff on other EU goods in April. The US later reduced the 20% rate by half, but set a deadline of July 8th for a more comprehensive tariff deal, allowing a 90-day window for talks to take shape. In response, the EU suspended its own retaliatory tariff plans on certain US goods and proposed eliminating tariffs on all industrial goods from both sides. As of now, neither the European Commission nor the US Trade Representative's Office has commented on the latest developments. We move on to Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country is ready to hold the next round of talks to end the war as soon as possible, but adds that Russia lacks a similar level of readiness. Also, Zelensky announced that he held a meeting to prepare for a 4,000 prisoner exchange with Russia. Let's listen in to what Zelensky had to say regarding future talks to end the conflict with Russia.
Також ми обговорили військову основу дипломатії, наступної технічної зустрічі. Ми працюємо, щоб зустріч відбулася якнайшвидше. Наш український інтерес – не затягувати війну, але бути готовими до будь-якого розвитку ситуації. Світові очевидно, що саме Росія винна, що війна досі триває. Україна готова до максимально швидких кроків, реального припинення вогню, встановлення нової архітектури безпеки.
Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin claims he has ordered the military to create a security buffer zone along Russia's border with Ukraine. Putin says the zone would stretch across the Kursk, Bryansk, and Belgorod regions. A move that Ukraine's foreign ministry calls further proof that Russia is not interested in peace. Ukrainian officials say the buffer zone should be confined to Russian territory and that Putin's statements undermine efforts to achieve a ceasefire. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has named a new domestic security chief, openly defying the country's Attorney General. In a statement, the Prime Minister's office announced the appointment of Major General David Zini as the next head of Shin Bet, Israel's domestic intelligence service. The decision comes just one day after the Israeli Supreme Court ruled the dismissal of current Shin Bet chief Ronen Bar was unlawful. Israel's Attorney General Gali Baharav Miara had previously warned Netanyahu not to proceed with any new appointments, citing a potential conflict of interest. Following the announcement, the Attorney General said that the appointment process was flawed. Israel's main opposition leader, Yair Lapid, urged Major General Zini to reject the appointment until the Supreme Court rules on its legitimacy, accusing Netanyahu of acting under a cloud of conflict of interests. Well, that's all we have time for. We will continue to bring more news updates from around the world.